Hello everyone, this is Uma Shankar. In the last session, we have learnt about the capabilities of FTP adapter, and also we have gone through the different operations which are exist in FTP adapter. Those are list operator, read operator, write operator, move and download. Okay. In today's session, we will be go through the few operations. We can start developing an integration. Okay. In order to do this integration, first we need to create a source directory, target directory, archive directory. Okay, and also we need a file name pattern. Okay, and also we need a SFTP connection details. So we will place the file in the source directory, and we can move it to the target directory, and then we can archive the file to the different directory. Okay, and also the file pattern which we are using is the .csv file. Okay, so first what I can do, I'm going to place the file in the FTP server. So I just connect to the VNSCP. In order to access VNSCP, you need a host name, username and password, and you have to create a 3 folders in this location. So I have created a interfaces. Within the interfaces, you have a FTP directory. Within the FTP directory, I have created 3 folders. Okay, one is the archive, one is the source directory, another is the target directory. So our requirement is we have to place the file in source directory, and then we can move to the target directory. Okay, let me delete this file. Okay, and then once it move to target directory, we can delete the file from the source directory, and also we will move to the archive directory. Okay, so this is the activity which we are going to do as a part of this integration. Okay, let me remove this file once again. Okay, okay, let me place the file once again in source directory. Okay, you can give the file permission to 777 read, write and executables. Okay, so in the target directory there is no files are exist, and the archive directory there is no files. Okay, once integration completed, so we have to move the file from the source to target directory, and then we can remove the file from the source directory and we can move to the archive directory. Okay, let's start creating the integration. I just connect to the OIC application. So first we are going to create a FTP connection. In order to create a connection, click on integration, click on connection, click on create. So we are going to configure the FTP details. Okay, select FTP adapter, select. So you can give any name for your understanding purpose. I can give batch 01, batch 02 FTP connection. Okay, so role I am selecting trigger and invoke. Click on create. Okay, so now we are going to provide the couple of mandatory information. So you have to provide the FTP server and host address here, and FTP server port number we can provide here. These are the optional values, and you can give the username and provide the password. Okay, let me provide the details, and then we can start using this FTP connection. So I have provided FTP details and port number and username and password. Okay, you can give the username and password here, and you can test it. Test. So connection was created successfully. You can save it. Okay, just go back to integration again. We can use this connection for our integration. Click on integration. Click on create a new integration. So in this example, I'm going to select the schedule orchestration. Click on schedule. Okay, so my integration name is batch 02 FTP integration. Okay, so let me create it. Let me put it in horizontal. Okay, now so in our WinSCP, in the FTP server, we have created 3 folders. Okay, our actual file exists in the source directory, and we are moving the same file to target, and after that we will remove the file from the source directory, and we will move it to the archive directory, right? So in order to handle these locations, these FTP locations, what I can do, instead of hard coding these values, I'm going to declare these file paths in the variable. Okay, so in order to declare the variable, so once you click on the schedule option, you have a integration properties, right? Either you can declare a variable here and you can declare the your file folder locations. Otherwise, what I can do, I'm going to select the schedule and click on the edit integration properties. Here I'm going to declare these file path locations. Okay, so here we have source, target, and archive. So what I can do, let me create a variable underscore where underscore source directory. Okay, so my source directory path is, you have to go here, go source, copy the path here. Okay, you can put here, this is my source location, and next one is the where underscore target directory. Here you can give your target file location. Okay, and one more is the archive directory where underscore archive directory. Okay, so go here, you can select archive directory. Okay, and also, so we place the file with the .csv extension, right? In the source file you have a file, so the file pattern which we are following in this integration is the .csv. So I'm going to declare one more variable where underscore file pattern. Okay, here what I can do, star.csv, I want to fetch the all the files. Okay, you should give the star. Okay, okay, so we are done with the 4 variables. Close it. Okay, so the first step will be, we need to list the file. So whatever the files exist in the in source directory, we need to list the file. So basically list file operation, it will do the wildcard search on the name of the file to the list files. Right, here in case of if your source location we have 10 files, we need to list the all the files. All right, so what I can do, first I have to take the, again I have to take the FTP connection and we can use the list file operation. All right, click on here. So our FTP connection is, so batch 0 to FTP connection. Okay, we are listing that file. So you can select the list file operation. Okay, and click on new. So see here you can select the operations. Right, first we are going to list the file, so that I am selecting list file. So your input directory we have declared in a variables. Right, we don't want to do the we don't want to hard code the values. In case of you are not declared the variable, then you can directly give the your file path. So what I did, instead of giving the hard code values, I have declared this input directory file name pattern in the variables. Okay, just you can give some input directory, something, some unique name, input just for it's a mandatory parameters, we have to give the names. List input list directory, here also input list pattern, just give any name. Okay, okay, here your max file we are fetching 100. If you want to fetch 200 files, you can change the number here. Okay, so click on next, click on done. Okay, let me save it. So now we are going to start with the mapping. So we have to list the file from our source directory. Alright, so you have to click on the integration properties. Here we declare the variables. You have to click on the list request here. Okay, okay, here file name pattern directory. Alright, we have to list the file from our source directory. So you have to select, drag and drop to the source directory to the directory. You can do the mapping, and also your file name pattern .csv. Right, so where underscore file name pattern. Okay, So when you are selecting the list file operation, it will ask for the file name pattern and directory. Okay, let me validate and close and close. Now, so in case of if your FTP location contains the multiple files, right, we need to iterate each and every file, right, so that we need to use the for each loop, right. In the for each loop, how we are going to read the each and every file for one iteration, right. So what I can do, so I'm going to click on the action and I'm going to select the for each. Within the for each loop, we can read the file. Okay, first we have to list the file. So you can give the for each loop. Okay, so once you come to here, here you can see the list file operation, right. So you can see the list response. Click on here. Here you can see the file list. Click on here. Sometimes this file list folder will take some time to load it. So in that scenario, what you can do, you can just cancel it once again. Okay, cancel it. Okay, again click on the for each. Okay, for each loop and list response. Here list response, file list, load more. Okay, here you can see this, right, repeating element. So we can use this repeating element here. Okay, so select here, you can just move it right side. Okay, so you can give the current element name, you can give the file element. This is the actual name which we are going to use for the loop the files. Okay, file element. So if you want to process the file in parallel also, you can use this option, parallel option. Okay, so we are going with the sequential process. Okay, click on create. Okay, save it. Okay, next, once we list the file, we need to read the file from the source directory. Alright, in order to read the file within the for loop, what I can do, again I am going to select the FTP connection and we are going to select the read file operation. Right, so let me save it. Click on here. Okay, I'm going to select batch 02 FTP connection. Okay, so we have to read that file, read file. Click on next. Here you are going to select the read file, right. Here you can see the multiple operations. Now we are going to select the read file operation. So here also you don't want to provide hard code any values. We have declared each and every variable, okay, in the scheduling properties. So what I can do, you can give input read directory. Okay, and here also input file name, input read file name. Okay, click on next. So I'm not going to select any file format. So basically when we are trying to read any file in a database table, in that scenario we have to select the sample delimited CSV file or XSD document. But just we are moving the file from one location to other location, so that I am not selecting this operation. Just select the no. Okay, click on next. Okay, click on done. Okay, so again we are going to do the mapping. Okay, so our file is there in the for each loop. So go here, click on edit operation. Okay, file element, list file, click on here. So your file is there. See, if you click it, this is the our for each element. All right, so what you can do, you can give the file name to file name. Okay, so you have to read the file from your source directory. All right, so your source directory exists in the integration properties. Go here. Okay, so you have to read the file from your source directory. You can map to here. Okay, but actual file name exists in the your for each element. Okay, validate and close. So now what we can do, we read the file and we are going to move to the your target location. All right, this is my target location. This is the target location. All right. So in order to write that file, okay, we read the file already. We are going to write the file in the target location. All right. In order to write the file, okay. So what I can do, again you are going to select the batch 0 to FTP connection. Okay, here we are going to write the file in the target location. This is our target location. All right. So within the target location, we need to write the file. Okay. So whatever the file is there in the target file, I'm going to remove it. You have to place the file in the source directory only. Okay. This is the source that already there. All right. After that, we can archive it. So we are writing the file in the target location. This is my target location. So that I'm going to select the write file operation. Click on next. So here you can see the write file. Okay, your output directory also you don't need to mention anything. Just write output file directory. Any name, file name, pattern. Just we are already mentioned the variable. Just you can give the .csv. Okay. So we are not doing any PGP encryption here. Okay, and also we are not doing any signature verification. Just you can keep the option as it is and click on next. Okay, so here also we are not giving any file format, specific file format. You can just select no, click on next. Okay, click on done. Right, save it. So again we are going to do the mapping. Let me minimize this canvas. Map the, again I'm going to map this. Okay. Okay. Now you have to, while writing the file, just open the your output FTP header type and also open the ICS file operation. So what you can do from the, okay, this is the list file operation. From the file name, you are going to map with the file name, and also your file name is going to map with the 1 minute. And you come here from the list. So in the previous step, you have read file response, right? So click on the read file response. Click on the read file response. Click on the ICS file, right? So because in the previous step we read the file, so we will get the read file response here. So that you have to select the read file response. Okay. So here you can, within the ICS file you can see the file reference, and here also within the ICS file you can see the file reference. Okay, you can do the mapping, right? Okay, the file name should map with the your file name which is existing, which is there in the your for loop. Okay, you can map with the file name to the your output file FTP Adapter file name. Okay, so your directory. So where you are going to write this file, we have to write the file in the target directory. All right, this is our target directory. So my target directory. So you have to go to the integration properties. Here you can see the target directory. Just you can do the directory mapping. Okay. So validate and close. So mapping is completed. Okay. Now let me activate this integration. Once we test successfully, then we can archive we can move the file to the archive directory. Right. So what I can do, let me add the tracking variable. You can refresh it. Save. And close. So let me schedule this integration. Activate it. If you want to enable the tracing, you can enable it. Okay, let me, so action in process. I'm going back to our location, target location. There is no file, and the source directory we have one file, and after that we will do the archive process. Okay, For now, we are placing the file in source directory. We are expecting to move to the target directory. Okay. Once it's successful, we will add the one more flow to move the file to the archive directory. Right. So let me run this integration. Submit now. Submit. So check the instance ID. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Okay, it's in queued. Submitted for waiting duration. Still it's in process. Let's refresh it. Now it's succeeded. Okay. So it's completed. See, for each iteration 1, we have only one file. It is iterated for one time. Okay. Let me go to the your target directory. Okay. Refresh it. So you can see the file. Alright. The file was moved to the source to target directory. Okay. In the next step, what we can do, from source directory, we will remove the file and we can move it to the archive directory. Okay. Let's see the process. So let me go back to integration. Okay. Okay, let me deactivate it. If you want to make any changes, you can deactivate the integration. Okay, let me edit the integration. Here we have to add one more operation, right? Save it. Click on here. Again, I'm going to select the FTP connection again. Let me select with the batch 02 FTP connection. This time I'm going to take archive. Okay, we are archiving. Archiving means we are moving the file. We are removing the file from the source directory and we are moving to the archive. Okay, click on next. Here we are going to use the move file operation. Okay, so this is just to give the namesake. You can give input move directory. Okay, input move file name. Okay, and input target path, input move path. Okay, input target file name. Okay, we are no need to do anything with these declarations. We already declared all the variables in our scheduling parameters. All right, click on next. Done. So here mapping is very important. So let me save it first. Click on here, map to archive directory. Okay. Now we are archiving the file. Right. Here open the move file move request. Okay. And you can open your file directory. Okay. While moving the file, you can observe that. Okay. Directory and target directory you can map with the file name. Okay, file name to file name and the file name to your target file name. Okay, both are the file name. Which file you want to move it? Here target is your source directory. This target is your archive directory. Okay, you have to get clear idea. This target about your source target directory. This target directory is the archive directory where we are moving the file from the source to target. So what you can do? So already we have integration properties. Click on properties. Okay, this source I'm mapping to source directory to the directory and target directory to archive directory to the target directory. That means we are moving the from source to target. Okay, that's it. Validate. Close. So let me validate and close. Save it. Okay. Now let me activate the integration. Enable tracing. If you want to see the payload. Okay. So it's not accepting. Cancel it. So let me deactivate one integration. There is a limitation. Let me activate the integration. Okay, let me refresh it. So now integration is active. So what I can do, I'm going back to our FTP location. So source directory we have a file, and target directory again I'm going to remove this file, delete it. Okay. If you go back, so archive directory. So once you run the integration, we have to move the file from source to the target. Once the file is moved to target, and we will delete the file from source directory, and we can move it to the archive. So when you are placing the files in source directory, make sure that you have to give the 777 permissions. Okay. Okay, it is mandatory. Otherwise, you are not able to move the file to the archive directory. You will get some file permissions issues. Okay, so this is my location. Let me run the integration. Submit now. Submit now. Let me check the process. Process submitted. Refresh it. Let's wait for 1 minute. So now integration is successful. If you click on the history, so for begin for each one iteration, okay, process completed successfully. Again, you go back to WinSCP. So first check the target directory. You can refresh it. File move to here. Okay. So our expression is to remove the file from source directory and move to the archive directory. Okay. Click on the source. Just refresh it. File got deleted from here, and go to here and archive directory. Refresh it. File came to here. So this is the way where we are going to use the FTP adapter to move the files from the one location to other locations, and also we can use the different operations. Okay, so you can see the process is successful. All right. So in the next session, what we can do, we can read the file from the SFTP location. We can write into a custom table. Okay. I hope you understand this session. Let's watch next videos.